What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including a number of top superstars and their families test positive for the virus, NXT now moving to Tuesday night, Brock Lesnar in UFC, Brody Lee's warning for Lesnar, Renee Young gets loads of offers, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into the top news. Now the biggest news coming out is that a number of top stars have tested positive for the virus. A number of wrestlers and their families have tested positive for the coronavirus, a reminder that the disease is still going around. These wrestlers included The Rock, Kevin Nash, and current SmackDown superstar AJ Styles. Let's take a look at the news on each case. Now, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson took to Instagram to let his fans know that he and his family have been infected with COVID-19. The Rock shared a lengthy video message informing them that his wife and two daughters were infected, but thankfully his little one's symptoms weren't severe. He talked about how he was disciplined about quarantining, but he and his family were exposed to friends who were unknowingly positive for the virus. He shared the following advice.
My takeaway here isn't necessarily keep them away. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is now apply an even greater discipline to having people over to your house. So now what we're going to do, and believe me, I was disciplined, strict and stringent before, but now this household, there's going to be new rules that I'm implementing. And I pass this on to you guys. If you guys are having family and friends over to your house, you know them, you trust them, they've been quarantining just like you guys, you still never know. You never know.
If you get a chance, check out The Rock's video, as it's a heartfelt message with some common sense advice for those dealing with COVID. Kevin Nash also tweeted this message to The Rock. "Welcome to the team. Very sorry your family's infected. I was tired for a while, didn't train for the 4th day. My wife still hasn't got smell or taste back. Son was asymptomatic. Pray you heal up quickly. Thank you for making people realize it's real." The Rock then sent his well wishes to Nash, tweeting, "Sorry to hear that, brother. Not a team we want to be on for sure. You guys stay strong too. I still haven't got my taste back either." AJ Styles took to his Twitch stream to let fans know that he was one of the individuals infected in the WWE during the company's outbreak several weeks ago.
So let me enlighten you guys as well. I also tested positive a couple weeks ago. Probably almost a month, I think, ago. And I feel for people who have to deal with this, but I gotta say I didn't have many problems with it. So hopefully The Rock and his family, hopefully everybody's safe and everybody's taken care of. Nobody has too bad of symptoms, and stuff like that. It sucks. It's not good for anybody. But
while it's awful that these wrestlers and their families were infected, it's good that they're sharing their stories to remind people of the reality of the virus. We wish a full and fast recovery to these wrestlers and their families, as well as anyone else dealing with the virus. Next up is NXT moving to Tuesday nights. Right now, it seems like it's a strong possibility, as the Wednesday night war between NXT and Dynamite has been a lopsided affair, with AEW routinely winning in both the ratings and demographics. According to WrestleVotes, over the past month or so, discussions have transpired regarding NXT moving off Wednesday nights. No decision imminent, however talks are ongoing. The numbers over the next 2 weeks might have some impact on this decision. According to Fightful Select, the USA Network suggested the WWE move NXT to Tuesday night several weeks ago, but the WWE passed. Is it possible Vince didn't want to make it appear NXT had lost to Dynamite and/or wanted to continue running opposition merely to hurt Dynamite's ratings? And what are the USA Network's rationale for possibly moving NXT? Dave Meltzer discussed this on the Wrestling Observer Radio, observing, "USA is in the same fight as Vince, you gotta remember. You think they're not in this fight together, but they are. They both have this same mentality. Neither side wants another wrestling company to be doing well. From day one, every single person knew that if they put NXT on television on Thursday or Tuesday, it would draw significantly more than it would draw on Wednesday." In Meltzer's mind, the USA Network wants to be the #1 wrestling network, which means they'd like to see AEW crushed. However, at some point, bad ratings almost necessitate a move, barring a major change to the product itself in the hopes it can boost ratings. Moving NXT from the WWE Network to the USA Network brought in additional revenue for the WWE, but it also put a greater burden on the Black and Gold brand to perform well in the ratings. Do you think WWE will move NXT to Tuesday, and if so, will it help the program's ratings? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up is Brock Lesnar returning to UFC. With Brock Lesnar currently a free agent, the wrestling and MMA world continues to wonder where the Beast will show up next. Now rumors are flying of a possible return to the UFC. In 2019, Kurt Angle appeared on Ariel Helwani's MMA show and he said he knows Lesnar would love to fight Jon Jones if Jones ever moved up to the heavyweight division. Recently, former UFC light heavyweight champion Jon Jones called out Lesnar, saying it's a fight that Lesnar doesn't want. Brock, I'll beat your ass too, and that Lesnar is too slow. Jones moved up to the heavyweight division recently, which means the fight is a possibility. According to TMZ Sports, UFC President Dana White is ready to sign the contract. UFC honcho Dana White tells TMZ Sports he's heard the rumors and says if Brock is seriously interested in fighting Jones, he's more than happy to put it together. Jones recently vacated his light heavyweight title in order to move up to heavyweight, where he's hoping to get a title shot against Stipe Miocic in the near future. But the Lesnar vs Jones card would obviously be a big money fight. So do you think Jon would jump at the chance if Brock is serious? Well, do you guys think a 43-year-old Lesnar should try his luck in the octagon once again? Let us know in the comments down below. But next up though, Brody Lee has a warning for Brock Lesnar. With All Elite Wrestling a possible location for Lesnar, wrestlers are already calling Lesnar out, with current TNT champion Brody Lee being one of them. During a chat with the Wrestling King podcast, Mr. Brody Lee had this to say about the wisdom of hiring Lesnar. I mean, you have to look at every free agent, especially one of the magnitude of Brock Lesnar. From a business side of things, you have to look at that. From a professional wrestler side of things, I'm not sure that he's the best fit for AEW, but again, I'm not management. The leader of the Dark Order said he's ready for Lesnar, saying, I've been in the ring twice with him, so I'm clearly not afraid of him. So if he was to be here, I have a championship, so if he wants to start somewhere, I'll welcome him. I think we've got enough monsters here to be fair, and like I said, if he wants to be the monster in town, then he's gonna have to come through a few of us. That's the thing, man, I don't give a shit. If you're going to tease coming to the company, then you have to expect this, and like I said, I'm not afraid of anybody, and this is what I do for a living. So let's do it. Even if Lesnar doesn't show up in AEW, Lee's comments are a good way to get free publicity. But do you think the TNT Championship is big enough for Brock? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, we have a Wade Barrett WWE update. With Mauro Ranallo gone from the WWE, NXT needs a new play-by-play man, and former WWE superstar Wade Barrett, aka Stu Bennett, could fit the role. The former Nexus leader tweeted this message following Super Tuesday's Iron Man match. There's no way I'm missing this one. This is fast becoming a habit. See you next week for another NXT Super Tuesday. So as of now, there's no confirmation that Bennett is under contract to the WWE, but that could change depending on how the company views his announcing work. Next up, Big E talks the New Day being buried. New Day member Big E's efforts to break out as a single star have caught the WWE Universe's attention, as well as his decision to do it on his own terms, staying true to his New Day philosophy concerning the power of positivity. Speaking on Smack Talk, Big E looks back at how the New Day's early efforts to get over faced a number of roadblocks, including people backstage. So many people buried us to our faces. So many people buried us behind our backs in 2014. They said this will not work. You will fail. You will be gone. This will not work. The New Day's gimmick did not get over initially, but Kofi Kingston, Big E and Xavier Woods worked hard with it until it did. Now Big E seems equally determined to succeed as a solo star. And finally, Renee Young's phone is ringing off the hook. Last but not least, recently departed WWE talent Renee Young doesn't appear to be waiting for work. The former WWE announcer and personality left the WWE at SummerSlam, and during an appearance on Busted Open Radio, Renee's husband Jon Moxley discussed how his wife is taking time to decompress and assess all her options. Nevertheless, it appears there are a number of organizations interested in her work, as Moxley noted, her agent keeps calling saying his phone is ringing off the hook with people willing to give her the keys to the castle. Where do you think Renee Young will end up next? Personally, we don't think it's going to be AEW. She might take on another sports role before she gets into that. But there you have it guys, the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Facebook for exclusive lists, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.